entered into December, but basketball season is heating up, and we'll start the Lancer Rundown on Lancer Central with the women's team, who continue to make their way through a gauntlet of an out-of-conference schedule. On Wednesday, November 20th, they dropped the battle with Wofford, but in that game, the Lancers trailed by as many as 19 points and battled back to make it a single-possession game late. The offense showcased its versatility by having 5 players get into double digits, led by 20 from freshman Ann Hamilton Leroy. And for that performance against the Terriers, Leroy was tabbed Big South Freshman of the Week. In their most recent contest, it was another nail-biter, this time against the Pirates of East Carolina University, falling 64-61. In that game, fellow freshman Kyla McMakin continued to shine and set a new career high of 26. And stop me if you've heard it before, but that showing led to McMakin corralling Big South Freshman of the Week of her own, which makes it 3 consecutive weeks the Lancers have garnered a conference award. Now for the men's team, they're halfway through a 6-game road stretch and had to duke it out against Northern Illinois, UC Riverside, and the University of Pacific, who combined to hold a record of 21-7. All told, the Lancers are 4-4 on the year and have 7 players averaging more than 6.6 points per contest. And hey, the defense has been there too. They rank atop the Big South Conference in points allowed per game. Rundown complete. Always check LongwoodLancers.com for up-to-the-minute scores, stats, and stories. Now we throw it over to Sam Hovan, who got to catch up with Longwood women's basketball head coach Rebecca Tillett.
Thanks, TJ. So we're joined by women's basketball coach Rebecca Tillett. 6 games into the season. Thanks for taking some time out of a busy schedule.
Yeah, thanks for having me. Just love to talk about our women any chance I get.
Well, and this has been really exciting. I've watched the team this year. You guys have a really exciting style of basketball. I was going to ask, what have you learned about your team through 6 games?
Yeah, goodness, we've learned a lot already. I think we're still in that time frame of, we do have 7 new women to the roster, and so as a staff, we keep asking ourselves, how quickly can we speed up the chemistry process? And I think every team's trying to do that at this time of the year. Ours is uniquely an opportunity to do it with 7 new women, but I think we're on the right track. I think you can feel the excitement in the air about this group and what the potential is. I think the challenge for all of us is, staying present in the moment, one day at a time. Did we get better today?
Is that something as well that you feel like the team is learning with you guys?
I do. I think, this team's really connected to the staff, which is unique and something the staff always craves every year. This team asks to watch a lot of film with the staff, asks a lot of questions about how we do things, why we do things. And I think that is part this generation, but I think some of it is this team, and I think it's going to help us grow quicker than maybe another team might.
So Kyla McMakin and Ann Hamilton Leroy, boy, seems like they're starting to settle in. How have they adjusted so quickly?
Yeah, I think offensively, both their games were ready for this level already. Ann, of course, scored over 2,000 points in high school. Kyla, 1,990. So they both are really skilled in that. And, that's such a neat thing to add to a team, because the amount of hours and time that they've put in to have those abilities, is something that's not lost on the staff or the team. And then I think if you ask them, and certainly you asked us, where do they need to grow the quickest, it's definitely on the defensive side of the ball for both of them. And I think that's true of all freshmen. You're as good in high school defending the actions that you face. And when you get to the college level, every game is a completely different prep, and based on what that coach's system is and those players they have available. And so I think that's where the biggest learning curve is for both of them. But their competitive fire and their ability to score the ball is really fun.
What does it mean to you guys as a staff to have a rock like Dana Rouse around?
Yeah. I think, what's so special about it is she's a senior. I think a lot of coaches will say you're as good as your senior class and their leadership and their ability. And so for her to be doing it in all categories that we're asking, the beginning of the season, we thought she needed to rebound the ball more. And then next couple games, double. So when you have a senior leader that's able to respond in that way, obviously we talk so many times about her offensive consistency, and that's, now just a trademark of her game. But for her to let us continue to push her in other areas, leadership, talking, rebounding, physicality, defending with physicality, she's met with double teams, sometimes triple teams, and certainly having the addition of Ann, Kyla, Day, that are going to draw defensive attention from the opponent helps Dana too.
All right, last question. 5 words or less. What's the style that you want this team to play?
Well, the hardest part about the 5 words or less is just 5 words or less. But I would say, an attack mindset on both sides of the ball. don't know if I met the 5 words.
It's close. We'll put a hyphen in one of the words and that'll sound.
Yeah, I think, on the defensive side, can we dictate the pace of the game by what we do? And this team is already showing early that we can make changes, definitely in timeouts and quarter breaks, but even the flow of the game. That's the most fun that we've had as a staff, is when we're able to see things happening and make those adjustments in games. And we've had a few moments like that, and I think we'll have more as the season progresses. And then the offensive side of the ball, we want to be an attack mindset, and then we also want to be unselfish. And so can we put 5 players on the floor at a time that the other team has to guard all the time? And I think we're doing that, and I think we're only going to get better at that.
Good luck the rest of the season, and
Thank
you for your time.
Yeah, thank you so much, Sam.
We've got the top 6 plays coming up from the entire semester here on Lancer Central.
We open with some basketball at play number 6. The Shabuti Phillips orchestrating the offense. The bounce pass down low to Leslie and Carrium goes up high, comes down hard, rattles the roof off of Willett Hall.
Number 5, we're going to field hockey. Sophia Lurscher becomes Oprah in this. You get beat, everybody gets beat back at the cage goal.
On to play number 4, and what a year it was entirely for Luna Lopez. This one, her first multi-goal performance against Kent State, the golden goal in overtime to knock off the Golden Flashes.
And she became a first-team all-conference member as well. Number 3, let's go to women's hoops. We talk about McMakin's offense. Well, this time Kylie McMakin does it on the defensive end. That game-sealing block gets the team their first win of the season against UNCW.
Game-winning plays a commonality for this top 6. On to Marcus Gronley. You want to see something magnificent? A goal from midfield. No hyperbole. Keepers, beware. Don't come too far out.
And not only that, that one came in overtime. How do you top it? Well, the best way to set a program record. Madison Van Dyke did that. She was masterful in goal against Charlotte. Broke Maria Kirby's record. Had a team-best 13 saves. Couldn't get past her.
Well, that'll do it for this episode of Lancer Central. For Sam Hovan and our entire Lancer Central production crew, until January, we are signing off.